opinions. Varna, so conventional truth can be not so reliable and not so stable, whereas ultimate truth has the connotation of something being extremely stable and extremely reliable. To the extent that in Madhyamika school and Chitamatra school, they say if you meditate on ultimate truth, this will remove your self-grasping ignorance, right? So now you know what is the root cause of samsara. It's the ignorance, and this ignorance can be removed by meditating on ultimate truth. Okay, according to the higher schools like Chitamatra and Madhyamika. Clear now? So this we have to know that therefore in these standard systems, in these philosophical schools, the true truth presentation is extremely important, and only South Africa school has the presentation of true truth. No, all four school, they talk about the two truths. Okay, they talk about the two truths. They have their own presentation of two truths. So now, according to South Africa, what is the conventional truth, right? So general understanding now you know. Convention, the word convention in Sanskrit is actually Vyavhar Satya, right? This is the Vyavhar of a place. This is the Vyavhar or convention of a place, convention of a time, convention of a community, right? For example, we discussed at length in the last class, what do you mean by convention, right? Anybody remember the meaning of convention? This is extremely important. What do you mean by convention from the last class? If you remember?
A kind of cultural practice.
A kind of a rules, regulation of a particular group, of a particular culture, of a particular place, of a particular time, right? So this is known as convention. For example, we discussed that in West or in America, if you ride on the right lane, that is right convention, right? Right convention. Whereas in India, if you drive on the right, this is wrong convention. What is the right convention? You have to drive on the left side, right? So this is just a convention. The road never told us. The road never told us that, okay, you are now in India. The moment you cross the border, you enter the India. How many of you heard this sound? Now you are in India. So please drive on the left. No one, right? So it's just some people they come together and make the rules and regulations, the convention of that place, that culture. And then what makes the convention? Is the person mind or the person's body? Mind. So therefore all conventions are subjective in nature, right? Mind is subject or object? Mind is a subject. So therefore all conventions are also known as subjective in nature. Got enough? Okay, so this is very important. This is extremely important. This understanding we have to take until Madhyamika, that how conventions are subjective in nature. Let me repeat it. Conventions are subjective in nature. Okay, so therefore some people also say conventional truth or subjective truth. Conventional truth or subjective truth, right? So why? Because all the conventions, whatever the convention, be it traffic rules or some rules, like for example, you know, when you see the red light, you have to stop or you have to drive. What is the rule? Stop, right? But did the red light shout it that okay, when I'm there, you have to stop? No. If some people in the beginning has created a convention that when you see the green, you have to stop. By now, everybody should stop when it is green, right? So how did red become the convention to stop? Just some people decided. Some educated people, some people who were in the system, they decided, right? And their mind decided, their subject decided. So therefore, all conventions are subjective in nature. They are coming from the subjective mind of the people, right? So therefore, conventional truth it can be many. Because there are so many subjects, so many people, there can be many conventional truth depending on the place, time, space, right? Whereas ultimate truth has the connotation of being very reliable and very stable, being final truth, okay? Being the final truth. Good enough? So now, according to now South Africa, don't think that, okay, all the school will abide by this general presentation, but overall speaking, yes. So according to South Africa, it's very simple. They say impermanent phenomena. Okay, all phenomena can be divided into grouped under two major categories. What are they? Impermanent phenomena and the permanent phenomena. Please take note of that. Okay, all phenomena. Anybody? What do you mean by phenomena? Anything that exists. Anything that exists. For Okay, then your classroom is a phenomena?
Yes.
The class test today was a phenomena?
Yes.
No? Who said no? Yes, it existed. If you don't believe, if you say non-existent, then marks will come, right? Then you will say, yeah, it was there, right? I thought it is not there, but it was there, right? So class test is a phenomena, right? Marks are phenomena. You will get it, okay? So anything that exists is the phenomena. Whereas if I say pink, red pen in my left hand, phenomena or not?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, so because there is no red pen in my left hand, it is non-existent, right? So it's not a phenomena. Likewise, tiger in this room, phenomena or not?
No.
Sky flower, phenomena or not?
No.
There is no sky flower, right? Then rabbit's horn, phenomena or not? No, rabbits never have horn, right? So this is not a phenomena, right? So this is how we have to know that phenomena means something that exists. And something that exists can be broadly classified under two: impermanent phenomena and the permanent phenomena. Parina, nitya, in Pali what is impermanent? Anitya, right? And what is permanent? Nitya, right? And in Sanskrit what is impermanent? Anitya. And then what is permanent? Nitya. Anitya and this one Nitya, right? Anitya, Nitya. And then in Tibetan, what is that? Those who are learning Tibetan? Okay, Vitakpa and Takpa. Okay, if possible, memorize in your own languages that you are learning. Okay, Anitya, Anitya, Vitakpa, then Nitya, Nitya, Takpa. Okay, so this is in different languages: Sanskrit, Pali, and Tibetan. Okay, so now what do you think by impermanent phenomena? Those things or those phenomena which exist at the same time undergo moment by moment change, right? Anything that exists and undergoes momentary change is known as impermanent phenomena, right? So within the existent thing, those things which exist plus at the same time they undergo change, right? They are not static. They undergo constant change, moment by moment change. For example, right now, how many of you are changing even right now? Or how many of you change only when your birthday comes?
No.
Right? Only when the birthday comes, when we become 40, then oh, I'm getting older, right? What is this? This is a clear indication that we have not reflected on impermanence, right? If a sudden shock comes to you, some people say, no, that, okay, what is that word? Yes, but when the birthday comes, then you feel a shock, right? Especially when you hit 50s or 40s. What is that midlife crisis, right? I don't know, I don't think you have that experience, but
I have.
okay. So then,
Many times.
right? So then midlife crisis, what? Suddenly you get a shock that, okay, I am in my midlife, right? Half of the life is gone. But is it that half of the life suddenly went in one night?
No.
Every moment, even now, right now, how many of you are changing? All of us, right? Our mind is changing, our body is changing. We are just made up of two aggregates, body and mind, right? And both are changing. Mind is also changing. How do you know mind is changing? Because 1 minute ago, your mind did not know about this distinction, right? Now, this moment mind knows, right? So, there is a change in the mind also. And the body changing or not? Body is also changing moment by moment, right? So, this coming shock about age, about death of somebody is a clear indication that although we know that things are impermanent, but we don't reflect on it. We don't contemplate on it. We don't meditate on this fact, right? So therefore, shock comes to us. Therefore, pain arises in us. Why? Because we don't meditate that it's not that suddenly somebody dies. The moment you are born, you are dying. You are going towards the death. The moment you have come out of even in the mother's womb, the moment you are conceived, you are not becoming younger. You are becoming older, right? Moment by moment, you are becoming older. And when we celebrate birthday, it's actually you are celebrating that I'm 1 year closer to the death now, right? That's the meaning, right? I'm 1 year closer to the death, right? But only when you hit hit 60, then that feeling comes. But when you are in 20s, when you are in 15, 16, then this feeling is far away, right? The time passes so slow, right? You want to become young, elder as soon as possible, right? Whereas when you are in 40s, 50s, just see how the time flies, right? Oh, yesterday I was 41, today I'm 42, right? It feels as it's flying. Whereas when you are 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, then your time goes very slow, right? You want to become elder as soon as possible, but you don't, right? So this is what, this time is nothing, it's actually same pace, but just when you are young, you don't feel that because you don't reflect on it, you don't have the experiences of the life. Whereas when you hit 30, 40, you have many experiences of life which give you these teachings by experience, right? So this is very precious. That okay, only when you become 60, some people say, okay, when I retire, I will practice dharma, right? Then they go to the practice of dharma. Whereas it's not that only when you become 60 you are changing. Even now we are changing. So it's the fresh mind, the most fresh mind that you can use to study, reflect and meditate on dharma. That is very, very important. And then don't think that I'm already in 30s, I'm already in 40s, so I already missed my opportunity. No. Okay, you are the youngest of the lifetime you are left with. How many of you agree with it? You are the youngest of the lifespan that you are left with, right? Let's say if you are left with 60 years, you are the youngest right now. Yes or no? Right? If you are left with 20 years, you are the youngest. So use this youngest mind, youngest body that you have before you die to do something to train your mind. To train your mind to not to have loss of freedom, to not to have negative emotions, to not to have miseries, to not to have fears, right? Use this youngest mind, and all of us right now are the youngest of the time span that you are left with before death, right? So let's not waste it, but use it to train our mind in deeper realities so that nothing can affect your mind, right? You become such a good example of stability, of happiness to your family member and to all sentient beings. Okay, Varuna? So that is the purpose. So now, this is impermanent phenomena. For example, any example of impermanent phenomena? Impermanent phenomena example? Table, chair, your classroom, right? After 100 years, this classroom will not be there. And unless somebody beautiful rose, then your body, your mind, right? Your person, then all things. Mind is also accepted to be impermanent in Buddhist philosophy. All four schools, they accept mind to be impermanent in nature. There is some non-Buddhist tradition, they accept mind or consciousness to be permanent in nature. Okay? But in Buddhism, Buddha clearly taught all four schools accept unanimously that mind is impermanent in nature. Person is impermanent in nature. Body is impermanent in nature. Clear now? Okay, good. Now the permanent phenomena is very interesting. What do you mean by permanent phenomena? Anything that exists but does not undergo change. Okay? Anything that exists but is devoid of change. Devoid of change meaning does not undergo change. Okay? So while the thing is existing, it does not undergo any change. For example, okay, this is very important. If you understand this, this will take you to emptiness as per Madhyamika school. Okay. Let's say, how many of you see blue pen in my right hand? Right? Okay, how many of you see pink pen or red pen in my left hand?
No.
So, there is no red pen in my left hand? Okay, listen to the question and answer. Do you see red pen in my left hand?
No.
So, it means there is no red pen in my left hand?
Yes.
Yes, right? So, it means there is an absence of the red pen in my left hand.
Yes.
So, something is there?
No.
Said absence of the red pen is there?
Absence is there.
So, something is there?
Yes.
Absence is there? Yes or no?
Yes.
Absence of the red pen in my left hand is there? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now don't change your position. So something is there.
Something is here.
Something is there.
Yes.
So then, if you go to the shop and say now, okay, I'm giving you something, they will take you to mental hospital, right? What is happening to people, students after schools of Buddhism class? Okay, if you say something, did you see the problem? If you say, okay, if you say absence red pen is there, this is correct or not?
Yes.
Right? If you, okay, what is the problem? If you say there is no absence of pen, you have to say there is red pen, right? So if you say there is no absence of pen, that is a problem, right? But if you say there is something, there is also a problem, right? So how to resolve it? Okay, again I'm asking you, do you see pen in my hand?
No.
So there is no pen in my hand?
Yes.
Okay, everybody should take part in it. Okay, so it means absence of pen is there in my hand?
Yes.
Something is there in my hand?
Yes.
Yes?
No.
You say absence of pen is there, at the same time nothing is there. How can this be possible? Take one position, right? You cannot be, okay, you cannot say it is black and white both, right? If it is black, it's not white. If it's white, it's not black, right? Okay, tell me now seriously do it. There is pen in my left hand?
No.
So absence of pen is there in my, okay, no pen is there in my left hand?
Yes.
No pen is there in my left hand, right? It means absence of pen is there in my hand?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Those who say no, it means presence of pen is there?
No.
If absence is not there, presence has to be there. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Only two options, right?
Yeah.
So those who say no, there is a problem, right? Absence of pen is there in my hand?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Something is there in my hand?
No.
No.
Something is not there in my hand?
No, nothing.
Absence of pen is not there in my hand?
That absence is not something.
Absence is not something? Absence is what? Absence is what?
Absence is emptiness.
Absence is what?
Emptiness.
Okay, good. Okay, let's not go to emptiness right now. Emptiness is very profound. If you understand emptiness like this, but everybody will have a hello, right? Now next class everybody is levitating, right? So it's not emptiness, but with this understanding is very important to go to emptiness. This understanding of permanent phenomena. Emptiness is a permanent phenomena, but that's not emptiness. Okay. So now, did you see a problem? How many of you could see the problem? First of all, that okay, if I say there is no absence of pen, this is wrong. Logically, it is wrong, right? And if I say something is not there, something is there, that's also, people will find me crazy, right? If I go outside and say, see, I have so many things. What are they? Absence of pen, absence of table, absence of my dean, absence of my class, right? So many things are there in my hand, right? If you go to the shopkeeper and say, so many things are there in my hand, and he asks you, what are they? Absence of pen, absence of table, absence of hair. They will call you crazy. Yes or no?
Yes.
But logically, this is correct. Yes or no?
Yes.
It has absence of pen. Yes.
Yes.
It has absence of table. Yes. It has absence of class. Yes. So logically, it's correct. But when I go out and tell people, they find me crazy, right? So how do I solve this, right? So some people, they blame it on philosophy, right? Oh, this is philosophy, you will not understand. They are not understood themselves, right? So philosophy is the best philosophy which can explain the things to the ordinary people, like shopkeepers, right? When you cannot explain it to the shopkeeper, it means somewhere your philosophy is very shaky. You do not know the philosophy, right? Okay, so there is no contradiction. Just see why there is no contradiction. Because for the shopkeepers, for the ordinary people who are not into philosophy, just before you have come to Buddhist studies, you know, somebody, if I ask you, before you have come to Buddhist studies, just think that you have no clue of Buddhist studies. It's your first day in university. And I ask you, what do you have in your room, hostel room, okay? What did I ask you? What do you have in your hostel room? Give me one example, okay? Everybody will give me one example. Pushpa. Just imagine that you are first day of your hostel and I ask this question, what do you have in your hostel room? Give me one example.
All the facilities.
Like what? Like give one
Table.
table. Here,
Studies. Study chair.
study chair. Here, bed, bottle,
Blanket.
Fan.
fan. Here,
Mattress.
mattress,
AC.
AC. In your hostel room, what is not there, right? In hostel room, what is there? Your luggage, right? Your luggage was there, yes or no?
Yes.
And then in one hostel room,
Clothes.
clothes, robes, right? And then laptop, okay, here, cabinet, and here, stapler was there, okay? Pen was there. Sorry? Telephone was there. Okay, how many of you heard what they said? Did you hear? All the phenomena that they said is impermanent phenomena. Yes or no? Right? Although, did your hostel room also has the absence of tiger? Yes. Did it have absence of lizard
Yes.
Absence of your teacher?
Yes.
Right? But nobody mentioned that, right? Although so many absences are also there, but nobody said my room has absence of teacher or absence of classroom, right? So what is that? This tells us that when we think about something, we always think about something substantial, tangible, right? Something substantial. For us, when we say something is there, it should be something substantial or something tangible, right? So that is what the ordinary people's understanding of things. That something tangible, something substantial, that what something tangible, something substantial that you say as impermanent phenomena, right? They have, although so many absences are also there, right? But they have no clue of this kind of existence, right? For them, existence means something should be very solid, right? Like particles are also there, you did not say particles, right? Air is also there, but you did not say air. So for us, when we say something, oh, what is something or phenomena, you think about something tangible, right? Something solid. So this is why when you talk to the shopkeeper that something is there, although it's correct, something is there. So many absences are there, right? But when you talk to ordinary people, they have no clue of this kind of existence. Existence through pure subjective imputation, right? Existence through your thoughts, right? Thoughts also make things exist, right? So this is what is the permanent phenomena. Why? Okay, now the second question is why it is permanent? All the absences are permanent phenomena. Let me repeat it. All the absences are permanent phenomena. Why? Because, okay, tell me what is the difference between this pen and the red pen in my left hand? Any difference?
This is impermanent. It will come to get destroyed.
Okay, this is impermanent in nature, right? It will destroy. Okay, any other difference? Okay, any other difference? Anybody else? Any other difference? What do you see the difference? No more differences? There are many differences. That one is permanent, this one is impermanent. Okay, we are learning why it is permanent, right? This will come. But just speak your natural thinking. What is the difference between the red pen in my left hand or the imaginary red pen, right? Imaginary red pen in my left hand and the blue pen in my right hand. What is the difference? Okay, this is very serious.
One is real.
This exists truly.
This one exists truly. This one exists. It does not exist truly, right? Okay. Any other difference? Any other difference?
Yes.
Absence of red pen in the left.
No. Any other difference? Okay. Let's say I ask you to imagine a red pen. Can you imagine?
Yes.
How many of you can imagine?
Yes.
If you cannot imagine this, meditation is far away. Okay. How many of you can imagine the red pen in my left hand?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good. Now this is an imaginary red pen, right? And this is a blue pen. What is the difference between the two? Imaginary red pen that you are imagining and the blue pen. What is the difference? So many differences are there. This one it assumes space. This one needs space. Whereas this one does not occupy space. The thoughts, the imaginary red pen does not occupy any space, right? Why? In the same space you can keep the cup, right? You can keep the cup and still you can imagine a red pen, right? Okay, any other difference?
This pen you can catch. The original
Oh, this one I can hold, right? But this one I cannot touch, right? I cannot touch. Any other difference? Any other?
This pen will.
This pen can write, right?
Yeah,
This
this
pen
pen
cannot
cannot
write,
write.
right? Otherwise, I will ask you to imagine food, right? And then imaginary food does not remove the hunger, right? Whereas this one removes the hunger, the real food, right? Okay, so these are so many. Okay, tell me, any other difference? I'm looking for one difference which will help me to answer.
The ink will finish.
Okay, this one ink will finish. This one I can imagine it never finishes, right? Okay, very good. Any other? Any other?
This is visible and this is not.
This is visible, right? This everybody can see. This one only at the most you can see, right? You can imagine. Okay. Any other difference? Any other a big difference?
This one is empty. It's crazy. Really, it's
Why? If you imagine things is crazy, you will not be able to write your answers. You have to imagine. Okay. Anything else? Limit? This has a limit, right? In a way, after some time it will be destroyed, right? Whereas this one I can imagine for 100, 200 years, right? As long as I can exist, I can imagine this to be from the substance, and which one is purely from the subjective mind?
And the red pen is the subject.
Okay, let me ask this question once again. Take your time. My question is, which of the two, blue pen and imaginary red pen, which one exists purely by the subject and which one exists through substance? Tell me. The imaginary red pen exists purely subjectively, yes or no, right? Whereas this pen exists from the object, yes? As Kushi said, it is truly existent. Truly meaning from the object, right? Whereas this one is not truly existent, meaning purely from the subject, right? Subject meaning your mind, purely from your mind, from your thoughts, yes?
Yes.
Right? So this is a permanent phenomena, whereas this one is an impermanent phenomena. Why? Because this one has substance to undergo change, right? For change, there should be something to undergo change, right? Whereas this one does not have a substance to undergo change, right? Absence of the red flower does not have anything to undergo change, a substance to undergo change. Got enough? So therefore, all absences are always permanent phenomena. Why? Because unlike the impermanent phenomena, they do not have any material to undergo change, right? There is nothing to undergo change. Because for change, there should be something to undergo change. Got enough? Okay, why absences are permanent? Because absence meaning there is nothing to undergo change. There is no substance to undergo change. And therefore, when you go to the ordinary people and say, I have so many things, they will say you are mad. Why? Because for them, thing means substance should be there. Some substance should be there which you can hold, which you can see, which can undergo change. Got enough? Got it?
So which means like the blue pen can be a subject object and then imaginary only subject.
Only subjective, whereas blue pen for now it exists through substance, right? Even if your mind does not hear, it exists, right? So therefore so now what is the permanent phenomena example is the absence of pen. Absence of pen in my left hand is a permanent phenomena. Why? Because while it exists, right? We cannot deny absence of pen, yes or no? Right? Absence of pen, for example, in this hall there is absence of elephant, yes or no?
Yes.
Right? You cannot deny. If you deny, you have to say presence of elephant. Right? Presence of elephant meaning elephant should be there. So there is no elephant meaning there is absence of elephant. So this absence of elephant, because it does not have any substance, right? Any substance, it does not undergo any change, right? It is purely coming from your subjective mind, right? It is purely coming from the thoughts, right? Got it now this much? Okay, so this is the example of the permanent phenomena. Absence of tiger in the room, absence of pen in your left hand, absence of anything. Another example which you will learn is nirvana and emptiness is permanent phenomena. Okay, nirvana and emptiness is also permanent phenomena. So it's, in other words, something that exists is not necessarily impermanent. There are permanent phenomena as well. Okay, let me repeat it. Something that exists, phenomena not necessarily only impermanent. There are permanent phenomena as well. Clear? This one is clear? Now for Sautantrika, what is conventional truth and ultimate truth? Now it's easy. For Sautantrika school, okay, tell me, which one do you think is stable? Which is more stable? This blue pen or imaginary red pen? Stable, which is more stable? This one you can change, right? Or imagine red now, imagine blue, then imagine black. Right? Imagine big, imagine small, right? So imaginary one is not so stable, right? You can change it as much as you like, right? But this one, how many of you can change it by your thinking?
No.
How many of you have that telepathy power? That you can just look at it and it will change into a flower? No! Even if you think 100 times, it will not change. It is stable, right? It is so stable. So therefore, Sautantrika school says, impermanent phenomena are the ultimate truth. Got it? Impermanent phenomena are the ultimate truth. What is? Okay, first let's say ultimate truth. Okay, here. So what is the ultimate truth for Sautantrika? A phenomena which exists from its own side, right? Truly, which exists from its own side, independent of your thoughts, independent of your mind, right? So, for example, impermanent phenomena. Ultimate truth and impermanent phenomena are same in Sautantrika school. Clear, everybody? So all impermanent phenomena, they say, because it's very stable, very reliable, they are the ultimate truth. Whereas whatever exists through your subjective imputation, whatever exists through the mental imagination or through the mind, they are not so stable. So they are what? They are the conventional truth, like permanent phenomena. All permanent phenomena are the conventional truth according to which school? South Africa school. Okay, this once again I am telling you. According to South Africa school, what are the conventional truth? All the impermanent phenomena, right? Impermanent phenomena. Why? Because they are very stable, exist from their own side and not by the mind, right? Not by the power of mind. Whereas permanent phenomena are not so stable and they exist by the power of mind, right? They exist by the power of mind and they are conventional truth. Clear now? Clear everybody? According to South Africa school. So this is very important. For the first time out of the 4 schools, first time which school actually introduces the existence by thoughts, existence by mind is South Africa school. South Africa school introduces us that it's not necessary if something exists, has to exist from its own side. There are things which exist purely by the mind also, like permanent phenomena. Got it now? Like permanent phenomena, like absence of the tiger, absence of the pen, all these are the object that exists by the mind and not always from the on side, right? And then when you reach the Madhyamika, things exist purely by the mind. Not only this red pen, imaginary red pen, if this blue pen also is subjectively real. This also exists by the power of mind. So now, if you see, when you come to the highest school, for that you have to understand what South Africa is saying. At least they introduce us to the 50% of subjectivity, right? 50% of subjectivity is introduced by the South Africa school. That okay, what South Africa school is telling us through the true truths, that in the world, when things exist, it's not necessary that they have to exist from their own side. They can exist by the power of mind also. What are they? Conventional truth, permanent phenomena. Clear everybody? Okay? And then when you go higher, this subjectivity will keep increasing to the extent that all phenomena exist subjectively according to Madhyamika school. Okay? So this will come.
Exist or exist?
Exist. This is exist. Thank you. Okay, yes. Okay, exist. Okay, clear? So now some synonyms, remember it. Functional thing, ultimate truth, impermanent phenomena, composite phenomena, truly established. What could you say? Truly established. This blue pen is truly there, right? Whereas the imaginary red pen is not truly there. So they say truly, they are all synonymous. Okay, these are synonymous terms in the South Africa school. Clear? Clear everybody? What are the something that functions? Okay. Functional thing, okay, tell me which pen functions? Imaginary red pen or the blue pen? Blue pen functions truly, right? So therefore functional thing, something that functions. Then ultimate truth, right, which is more reliable. Then impermanent, because it can change moment by moment, right? Then composite, because it is composed of parts, right? Anything impermanent has to be composed of some parts, right? Then truly established, because it exists truly and not imaginary, right? Not imaginary. Clear now? So therefore all these terms are synonymous in the South Africa school. Clear everybody? Okay, why they are synonymous? And then conventional truth. Now conventional truth is those phenomena which exist purely by the power of thought, right? Purely by the power of mind. Okay, purely by the power of mind is the conventional truths. What are they? Permanent phenomena. All the permanent phenomena. Clear? So non-functional things. Okay, tell me, this imaginary red pen, if I give you, can you use it?
No.
It doesn't function. So it's a non-functional thing, right? Secondly, it's a conventional truth, right? Because it's not so stable. Third, it's permanent. Why it's permanent? Because it's in absence of the substance. There is no substance to undergo change. Clear? Then non-composite. Because there is no substance, there is no parts to it. There is no composite parts to it. And why it is deceptively existent? Because it is not truly existent. This exists purely by subjective deceptivity. Okay, clear now? Imaginary meaning? Some people said, oh, you are crazy. Somebody will use the word crazy. Crazy meaning deceptive, not true, right? Not true. So these are synonymous when it comes to conventional truth. These are very precious words. That okay, why they are synonymous, right? Why they are synonymous? You have to see the link. Why something is non-functional? has to be conventional truth. Why something is conventional has to be permanent phenomena according to South Africa school. Clear now? So this is why, just imagine when you get confusion, think about the imaginary red pen and the real blue pen. Then you can easily see the differences. Imaginary blue pen really functions. It's a functional thing. Number two, it has parts, right? For example, if I break it, it has so many parts, right? It's a composite phenomena. Third, it's a ultimate truth. Why? Because it's stable, right? Then finally, it is a truly existent phenomena because Kushi, before even I show this definitions, he said this exists truly, right? Truly. So your mind says that okay, something exists truly, meaning nothing to do with mind, nothing to do with the mind, right? So this is how you will see all this. You can see by your own experience why they are synonymous, and not because you have to study them. Okay, clear now? Where? Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Just out of curiosity. Why do we learn about conventional things when they're not existing? What does it help?
Okay, this is a very good question. In fact, this at least here, you know they exist, right? They are permanent phenomena, which exist, right? Phenomena should exist, right? They may not exist truly, but they exist by the power of mind, right? So this is the opposite: true existence and the existence by the power of mind. But in Madhyamika school, they do not they exist. All phenomena exist purely through mind and through subjectivity and receptivity. Then why? The question is, if they do not exist truly, why are we studying them, right? Why we waste time, right? Although they are deceptively existent, but they exist. Yes or no? For example, mirage. How many of you know mirage? How many of you know this? Okay, this is very important. What you do today? It's a homework. Go home and go YouTube. YouTube it. Mirage. What is mirage? Okay, anybody who can explain mirage to other people? Quick. Yes.
It's a phenomenon that exists in the desert when it can be caused by either your mind being muta, or also it could be a manifestation of muta in the desert.
Very good. Anybody else?
In the desert, when you look there, you don't see a water. But when you reach there, you don't find it.
Okay, now you know. The two of them have explained what is mirage. Mirage is not only desert. Here in Rajgir, when you are driving, how many of you saw that okay, there is no water there, right? The more then you get closer and the water disappears. Yes or no? Right? That phenomena is known as mirage. That is known as mirage, which deceptively appear as water, but there is when you go closer, there is no water in it, right? Arina Gardner said something very beautiful. If the mirage were to be water, why not those close by it see the mirage, right? So therefore mirage, but although mirage is pure deceptive, it does not exist truly, but it exists, yes or no? And for us, although we know it, but in desert, the animals they don't know that it is illusion. It's a deceptivity, and they run after it. Because they are thirsty, they keep running to chase the water, and they never end their run, right? So although they are deceptive, but they affect our emotions, right? So therefore, more you know that they are deceptive, they will stop affecting us, right? So therefore, it's very important to study what is deceptive and what is truly existent. This is extremely important. Not only mirage, even now we will learn how through ignorance we see things as deceptively. But if we don't know that we see them, what we are seeing is deceptive reality, it will continue to affect our emotions the way mirage affects animal in the deserts. In the desert, in Hindi it's called Mrit Trishna. Mrit Trishna means the deer. They see that some water is there and they think it's truly there. And they keep running after it, and they think that they will get the water, they never get the water, right? So this is what? Because they don't know the reality of the mirage, right? So therefore it's very important to know what is deceptive and what is truly there. Okay, clear? Okay, we'll stop here. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
We are done with the South Africa school now. Just one point and then we'll go to Chittamataranam in the next class.